Best podcast in the world. Wagwan. Best podcast in the world. Wagwan.
Drew long pan a topic, Ali pan a rocket. Muscle confusion in my try make logic. Drew yourself stop it when Rochelle upon a unicorn. Common sense coming back to base like a uniform. Wagwan. Best podcast in the broadcast. Listen when indoors, listen first class. Talk about enough things make you start laugh.
Best podcast in the world. Wagwan. Best podcast in the world.
Wagwan, everybody, Wagwan.
Yeah, we're there.
Greetings from the Most High.
Jesus Christ.
All right, guys, just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. We have a YouTube channel. If you don't already know, now you know. The YouTube channel is the Wagwan Podcast. Please subscribe, like, and share any of our content. Feel free to tell a friend.
Yes. And if you want us to talk about something that you want to hear about, email us at wagwanpodcasts@gmail.com, WAHGWAN podcast@gmail.com. Again, and we're also on Instagram. Follow us, comment. Yeah.
We're also found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, and all your other favorite streaming platforms. If it's a platform for streaming, we are definitely on it. Make sure you check us out.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's going on, my brother?
Blessings. Brr.
Rochelle.
Yeah, I'm here.
Rochelle.
I don't like name new Rochelle. I like the old Rochelle. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
I don't want to wake up
funny.
and be acting brand new. I want to be acting me every day, all day.
All right. Stale Rochelle.
No. Me never said steal. Oh.
Today, what we talk about today, Ali?
Yo, today we're talking about success at an early age. And to do that, we brought on my boy, Court. What's going on, Court?
What's up? I'm here. What's going on? What a Gwan podcast.
Perfect. Yes, see. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yes, thank you.
You already know.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what did you do? Give the people the roadmap to success at an early age, my brother.
I need this.
I grew up in Spanish Harlem. I don't know if you're familiar with Carlito's Way, but where that movie was filmed, 116th in Lexington, between Park Avenue.
Yeah.
I grew up in that area. That's where I kind of honed my skills. And coming outside every day is what kind of put me in a situation where people could see my talents. And they started following my brother. And he got tired of me following him. And then it was baseball at first. And then I had to find my own lane in basketball. And then once people see you could put the ball in the hole, I don't know. They just, it just kind of naturally took its course. It wasn't really something I had a roadmap to doing. It was just, I went outside, picked up the ball, and naturally it came to me. And then I had the height, so.
Well, how tall were you at 15 years old? To give these people an understanding of who you are.
At 15, I would say I was maybe 6'2", maybe.
Oh, wow.
Insane. That's how tall I am right now, actually. Yeah. And so for you, basketball became life. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, huh?
Yeah. I basketball came. I mean, I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just playing, but you know how they say everybody loves a winner, and when you winning, people want to see it. It becomes word of mouth travels, and before you know it, more people are aware of who you are than you could even fathom. You know, and that's how it happened.
Mm.
Nice. What was your basketball name?
Courtney Fields.
Nah, like your nickname. You had a nickname?
Oh, they give you all type of nicknames when you're doing things. It'd be too many to remember. Double phenom, poor man's Odom, baby Garnett. It's just the names just go. I've been
Yeah.
playing ball since I was 12 till I was 36. So the names have been countless.
So you started in Rice, and that's where you got some recognition. And when you was 18, what did you do after that? Or when you graduated from Rice?
Before Rice, that was like what was like I would say like the childhood, elementary, 7th and 8th grade. I played on a team. We didn't lose any games for 2 seasons. And
Wow.
I would say maybe 70% of the guys went on to get Division I scholarships. So it was like a powerhouse sort of school sort of thing. And
Nice.
that was how it started from 7th to 8th grade. And it propelled into Rice High School, which is it used to be a big school, big basketball school. There was a great boy. A lot of greats came out of there, but a very popular one is Felipe Lopez. The kid was on the cover of the New Yorker. They don't even cover sports, but he came from humble beginnings from the Dominican Republic. And at the end of his high school career, he had a $750,000 contract on the table, but his parents didn't allow him to take it, and he went to St. John's University. So
Wow.
I had like a front seat at seeing things like that. Stephon Marbury, just a couple of New York guys that did it on a very high level that I was able to see.
Okay,
And
so
that was from 7th grade to like 12th.
okay, so what did you do after high school?
After high school, lucky enough to I had the relationships I developed throughout my high school years. After high school, one of the coaches that I had that took a liking to me in that time came down to the school. 2 years I did in Rice, and then 2 years I went to a prep school in North Carolina. It's one of the greatest basketball players to never be known, Earl Manigault. He was 6 feet and he could touch the top of the backboard. He touched that. I mean, he went to that school, and that's the high school I ended up in. And my high school coach came down there and gave me a full scholarship to Iona College in New Rochelle, ironically.
Big up to all
Right.
the Rochelles around here. Thank you.
Yeah, big up. And then I went there and we continued to win there. And the story kind of continued from childhood onward up into my adulthood. And then going overseas and winning 13 titles in Dubai.
So hold on. First of all, when did you go overseas? When did you say it's time to leave America and play overseas? What age was you? And
I believe it was 2000, so 41
2000
now.
and what?
2005. So the way the overseas thing happened was the Boston Celtics cut me, and I had to figure out what I was going to do with the
What age did the
student.
Bolton? What age was this at? When did you try out for the
I
Boston
would say maybe
Celtics?
22, 23, around that time. Fresh out of college, I got out in 03. So yeah, I would say around about 22, 23. And then that didn't work, and it came overseas. And that experience was, you don't really know. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You go into a foreign land, and you're just hoping that you could perform and, sustain.
Did anybody else you know go over there with you?
Tons of people, yeah. Tons of guys made it over there. Tons of guys. Kenny Satterfields, Nakia Millers, Andre Barrett, tons of guys. Tons of guys I played with. Wesley Edwards.
All right. So when you were 23, how much were they offering you to play in Dubai? If you don't mind me asking.
The first contract came from Chile. My first contract was in South America. It was $4,500 a month for 3 months. That was the first contract I ever had professionally in South America, Chile, and that was an experience in itself. This song, documents that. He knows about the song. Ali does. You guys will have to hear it to know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Okay.
that was the first contract and then it was Saudi Arabia after that.
And how much did that team pay you?
That was upward of $10,000 a month.
Nice.
And that was for 3 months as well. And then I did a little skid in Dominican Republic for 3 weeks, and then Dubai. And that's how it took place.
So you were playing professional basketball. What is it? Fresh out? Did you do college or you just went?
Yeah.
New Rochelle.
I went to college in New Rochelle, Iona College. We won two championships.
Oh yes, you did mention that.
We won 2 championships in there.
Did you
Iona
Did you finish or did you go pro early?
I'm 2 semesters short of my degree in criminal justice.
Oh, nice. Good
so
stuff.
I'm planning to go back this summer. Funny enough, enroll in classes this summer.
Good stuff. So how come like I think Marbury, he went to China, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's still over there. I think he's part owner of a team. He's coaching, I think, or something like that. How come you didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you come home?
For me, Marbury, he went over after this didn't work, so he kind of went over with a different perspective. He went over there like, this is my last go at basketball. And he did it to escape America, really. He didn't really go out there aiming to play in China, America, his pops died. The Knicks there was a whole bunch of backlash going on with the coaches. They were sitting them. He was unhappy. He got a whole documentary about it. So you can see it and see in his words. But that was why he went over. And when he got there, he just fell in love with the culture, the meditation, how peaceful it is. And in him doing that, he ended up sharing that with that culture. And then they ended up reciprocating. And then now he has a museum and he got basketballs that glow in the dark. And, it's Starbury now all over again.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Rochelle, your kids at 22 want to go to Dubai. How you feel about that? You letting that go down?
It depends. It's not just going to Dubai. What's the plan? Like, what's the roadmap? How are we getting there? What are we going to do when we get there? What's the money that we're talking about when we even reach there? So it's not just going, but what's the plan? Dubai is an amazing place. They pay no taxes there. I want to live in Dubai. I ain't gonna lie. I really want to live there.
You'd be like, give me that ticket.
First of all, the teachers make crazy money and the government actually pays for their apartments. Wow. The only thing you have to buy in Dubai as a teacher is actually food. So if my kids want to go over there to do that, who am I to stop you? By all means, go right ahead.
Vibrators are banned in Dubai too. Just
look at that! Look at God. creating more waves over there. So absolutely, absolutely, yes. Even the cab drivers, they drive the biggest, most expensive, latest cars, and they don't pay taxes either. So even the cab people over there are literally swimming in money, if that makes sense, because there's no taxes there.
I've lived there. The cab drivers, they drive, they promote certain things. Like they got a cop car that's a Lamborghini. So they have
Yes,
tons of
yes,
money.
yes.
But the average taxis is like our yellow cabs. They're not,
Oh, so it's not the
the
cabs,
liquors are,
it's the cop cars.
yeah, I mean, the A-listers out there is going to make it look like nothing, but there is an underworld of Dubai. There are people that are being exploited out there, construction workers, people are being underpaid, taxi drivers, like you said. There are people that are being exploited in that process. So I've seen both sides of the coin out there.
Now, how did your mother take it, or your father, when you was growing up? How did they take the news of you going to Dubai?
Oh, my
Or what
mother
did they say?
was, first it was Saudi Arabia. It wasn't even Dubai. So just the thought, if I say Saudi Arabia to y'all versus Dubai, how do y'all feel? And then kicking the
Oh
mother gear
man,
and all that. It's
fingers
like,
chopped
she was
off.
like, where you going? She didn't even really, she was very skeptical, but she asked her boyfriend at the time, what do you think? Because he was a ball player. He was like, no, I wouldn't do it. But he never left the country. So he was putting his limitations on me as well. And his limits in his life, he projected it onto me. Then I went to Saudi, and it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't what the depiction of it was,
Yeah.
It was beautiful beaches, very family orientated, clean. It was very different.
Is that where you got married?
No, I got married in Africa, in Mombasa,
Nice.
Kenya, like Nas
Beautiful.
did in Better.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yo, Dre,
Why?
this guy got married in Africa, son.
Yeah, I was just about to ask him, why'd you do that? Had you been to Africa before?
No, my wife was African.
Was
So,
or is?
was my
Oh,
ex-wife.
okay.
So
Oh, okay.
she,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's no problem. And she was from Kenya, so I had never been there. We was ready to tie the knot. We went on some resort, white sand beaches, little monkeys running around. It was something I never seen. Crabs on the sand. I had a great time.
Now hold on.
It
Sorry to cut you off.
just,
Some men have a resentment towards marriage, and they have a fear towards marriage. What made you decide, like, yo, you come from Harlem, yo, I'm gonna do this different?
I didn't beat all the other odds. I might as well try to beat this one too. So that was, and I loved this, so it was a no-brainer. It was no hesitation for me. I just tried to give my son things that I didn't have. I grew up without my pops, so I just tried to show him things that I didn't see. And it was loving his mom, so it wasn't complicated. As my firstborn, I was all in. There was no looking back for
Nice.
me.
Now you win your first title in Dubai. What does the money look like after that first title that you won? And how old was you, and how tall was you, for people to get a visual?
I'm 6'8". The prices vary because each season my stock went up. So it's four titles in 1 year, and each title is different. Some is 5, 10,000, 20,000. For the more intense games, the bonus money is higher, and I was fortunate enough to get all of them.
Oh, so you was getting paid per game.
No, it's monthly. It's on a monthly basis.
Oh, okay.
And then the championships there's bonus money for each. It's bonuses for the games you win, winning in the playoffs, winning the championship. So all of those things is bonuses for all of those things.
So hopefully you sound like you're an intelligent black guy. So hopefully you didn't splurge all that money. You invested a lot of it, right? We're talking about success at a young age.
I mean, when you got a family, it sounds like a lot when you factor in $4,500 for 10 months. It's 45,000, something like that.
Oh, I thought you said 10,000 a month.
No, I'm just saying from the first contract. I'm giving you the timeline. So I go to Chile. That's my first contract. I make 12,000 in 3 months. I come back home. I chill for 2-3 months. Then I go back out. So that's the nature of the spending. The only way, unless the biggest investment I made was on gold. Gold tripled in value in my time in Dubai. When I got there, it was $18 a gram for 18K. When I left, it was 40. So, a young man, I'm not thinking investment at that age. It's not something that was at the front of my mind. And I just had a thing for gold. And lo and behold, me buying the gold, it ended up tripling worth. At that time, I didn't think of it as an investment, but it definitely was something that I could have made a big profit off of had I went all in with it.
You were buying bullions or chains?
I was getting as much of it as I could. Half a kilo brick.
Oh, you were buying the bullions?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. I was buying that in the chain.
All right, doubling up. Can't knock you for that. So we get it. So you're playing basketball at the professional level. What is so walk us through what that's like. A day. Walk us through a day of a professional basketball player.
All right.
Where did you meet your wife? Like, bring us to the.
I met my wife in a nightclub.
Where? In America?
No, in Dubai.
Oh, in Dubai. Okay.
The thing about the party life, like my whole college career, I went to the club twice in America. I only started partying abroad because I had so much idle time and I was by myself. And that's how I started going out and becoming more social. As far as a day in the life of a professional, game day is different from a practice day. Obviously, game day is just pre-game meals. Y'all might watch film on the other team, discuss the strategy for how y'all think y'all can beat the team, and then play the game. On an off day, you might be in the gym 4 hours, come in at 10 o'clock, leave at 12, come back in at 6, leave at 8. And it's basically what draws you to it. If you're a student in the game, you're going to want to learn any and everything. If you're just a guy that's really talented, you're just going to come in and try to do your thing. Like LeBron, he can play by plays in his head. Like in the press conference after the game, I've seen him do it multiple times. His mind is just different. He's a different being, And that's part of what the day-to-days are like for an athlete.
What was your thing? Were you a student or you were just talented?
Both.
Nice.
I understood. I had an IQ for the game, so my skill set was other people look better.
Oh, you're a guard?
Yeah, I played 1 through 5 positions. I played all positions.
Oh, nice.
6'8", yo.
Yeah, Ali played a little game with me on the plummet of the career, but I definitely would hand it down. There's a lot of footage out there. I could definitely show y'all.
Now,
I,
now,
I heard you play ball too, Dre. I heard you play ball too. I listened to the podcast every time. I heard a
back in the
couple dunk stories and all that.
back in the day, man. Back in the day, those days for me are over. I haven't played ball seriously for the last 9 years.
Yeah, I don't think
crazy.
I'll ever stop shooting the ball. I think I'll
Now,
always do that.
now, Rochelle, what type of advice would you give to somebody who experiences success at an early age as a teacher, as a mother, as a Jamaican woman, as a Black woman?
So this is my sermon for anybody. Um, find one or two young men or young women or both in area that you would not normally go into, right? And I'm happy that you came from Harlem, so you know the situation that the kids that live there or in communities like that one, what they're going through right now. So take one or
Thank
two,
you.
invest in one or two of the kids, impart that knowledge, impart what you did and
Mm,
how you got there and how they're able to do that as well. Because a lot of our kids, they really don't know life outside of their block. They really don't know
mm,
life exists outside of what they're seeing. They think they have to live in this apartment. They have to go to this bodega. Some of them believe that they will work in that bodega because they don't know that anything exists outside of that. And I think by doing so, by investing in our community, that is us building generational wealth for our community as well.
No, but I'm saying, what would you tell? That was a great answer. But I'm saying, what would you tell somebody who is young and comes into a lot of money? What type of advice would you give to them?
To do their research, to see what is it that they like, what is it that they will see themselves doing, not just in their 30s, but where would they want to see themselves at 50 or 60? Do you want to work, or do you want your money to work for you? If you want your money to work for you, then you need to start aligning yourself with financial advisors, and you need to start doing your own research as well, so that you can actually make, just like how this wonderful young man was able to buy gold. He didn't even know what he was doing at the time. He was just like, yo, I love gold, so I'm going to go buy some gold, not knowing that he was literally making an investment for his future, right? So be
yeah.
intentional about your future. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? And then align yourself with people that can get you there.
Mm, I love that. Yes. What about you,
Yeah,
Dre?
that's accurate.
Um, if what was the question was if a young person making money?
Yeah, you have any advice to give a young person who experiences a lot of money at a young age?
Um,
What would you tell them?
um, run as fast as you can to a financial advisor, as fast as you can, and put yourself on an allowance and do not spend any more than what you were allotted, because once you're making money, all your relatives and family and friends, you end up becoming their bank book, and you almost need protection from your family once you start making a lot of money. So,
Dang,
Mm,
not your family,
mm,
Dre. Not even your
mm,
enemy.
oh
You
yeah,
say your
oh,
family,
yeah,
though.
your
Dang.
mm.
family. Yeah, I
Big
mean,
Right. I'm
facts.
I'm a living testament. Trust me, he ain't lying.
Tell
Trust
yeah.
me.
me, he is
Tell me.
not lying. He is not
So,
lying because you. I'm gonna let Dre finish though. You can finish, Dre. Then I'll speak on it after you
sure,
finish.
sure. So, yeah, because look, at the end of the day, we all know where we came from, right? Like, we don't have an abundance of wealth usually, and so because of that, anywhere that there is any extra money, we're gonna go look to take from that extra well, right? And
Crabs in
if
a bucket.
I wouldn't necessarily say crabs in a bucket, but you know, if you don't have anywhere else to get money from and you need money, you're gonna go ask Ali because you know Ali's getting a fat check every month, right? So it's sort of like if you go on a vacation, right? Let's say you had a lot of family in Jamaica, right, Ali? And
Yeah.
you go down there, and you go down there with U.S. currency, and everyone, we're going out to lunch. Are you paying? Or are you letting people pay down there?
Some of them doing better
I'm
than
paying.
me.
Well,
I
I'm
know
paying.
I'm paying.
Yeah, I'm paying. Right.
Some of them
So-
I'm
doing better
paying
than
too.
me.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that, but I'm paying, right? Because I know one US is 150 Jamaican dollars, right? So I'm just saying, I don't want to say crabs in a barrel, but I just know what the reality is, right? I mean, Shaquille O'Neal is like, people should look into Shaquille O'Neal and his finances, the way he described what he went through as an athlete and how he went through his money. Like, Shaquille went broke, and a financial advisor is who put Shaquille on. I think Shaquille probably got more money than Jordan right now.
Mad.
I didn't know Shaq went broke. I heard Shaq never touched any of his NBA money because he made endorsements early on. I don't know about. I never heard of him going broke.
So he said when he got in the league, he made his let's say his first contract was like 100 and whatever thousand. He went out and blew it. He went out and blew like his salary.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said this in an interview. And because he was talking about like Shaquille got mad businesses right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he talks about how he got to where he is and so on and so forth. So, I mean, maybe he didn't go dead broke, but he talked about spending all of the money that he was earning because he didn't understand that, your contract says you're going to make $100,000, but you got to pay taxes. So technically, you get your contract and it says 100,000, and you go spend 100,000, right? You buy a car for 50,000. You buy a house for 20, whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers out there, and then you turn around and now, right, you don't have any more money left because you figure, oh wait, my contract was for 100,000 or 500,000, a million, whatever it was. So he went and spent all his money, right? And then when time came, he didn't have any more money to spend. And so he, a financial advisor advised him on how he needs to spend his money and so on and so forth. And now Shaq, I think he's a partner in Gold Bond, which he's advertising for. He owns a whole bunch of different franchises. Shaq is making money hand over fist. So,
Crazy.
yeah.
So, Court, speak on the family when you got that money. Speak on the family and how they changed towards you, if they did, and friends.
Yeah. So everybody just at that point is when people see something getting ready to happen, people start, the bandwagon. You already see it coming. People start saying shit, asking for things, and it's just like, where did all this come from? They asked me for a house, a car. Like, what the fuck? Like, you barely took me to a picnic. What the fuck? Like, and for me, I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
So people are not. For me, it was a little different. Like when they came, it was like, nigga, you never do nothing for me. I'll give you a sandwich. You can come have a meal with us. You understand? So I only gave to those who I genuinely felt like was there. But where they coming out the woodworks, yeah, all over the place. All type cousins I never knew I had. All type of shit. Just
Crazy.
Entitlement. That's all it is. It's entitlement. And like he said, when people know you're getting it, they'll try their luck. They'll try. Can I hold this? Can I do this? It's times things happen against my will. Like, God bless my uncle's soul, I left money and he passed away, and I wasn't even asked. It was just more so like, this has to be taken care of. So this is what your money took care of it. And it wasn't, I didn't give permission for that. It was just, this has to be done. So when things like that started happening, it's like a sense of entitlement, and then you end up pulling back even more. That's what happened with me. Some people are tolerant and they can't tell people no, and they're people pleasers. For me, that wasn't what it was for me. I had no problem saying no to people because I knew who was there throughout. It was apparent. I'm very conscious in that. If you was there in day one, I got you on day 100. If you wasn't, kick rocks. There's nothing for us to really say. You'll hurt your feelings more so asking for it. Because if you know who I am, I'm gonna remind you, like, where were you at? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, pretty much. And that's it. You understand?
So now I'm assuming you're no longer playing well, I guess you're playing recreationally. You're not playing
professionally. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So all the lessons you've learned as a professional athlete, with a high earner, you became a high earner. What lessons have you learned, and how is that helping you in your life now?
The lessons that I've learned, if you're not enough without it, you won't be enough with it. There's so many different things, like, it's just like life lessons, like instant gratification, working hard for things. The best things in life are free. You understand? It's just certain things, like certain little, I can go on. I put it in my music a lot of the times, but there's so many lessons in it. You understand? Like just opportunities and meeting people and changing your circle. You're not dwelling in the same. They say if you're around people who are not inspiring you, you're in a cage. You understand? If you're surrounded by people like that, you're in a cage. And I would just surround myself with more like-minded people and understand I got to take care of myself first, and then I can help other people. So and that's more so what it is. I wouldn't drop off bags of money. I would more so say, come into this mentality, and this will probably be better at the end of it, rather than try to give you money, and money don't usually fix it. Sometimes it make it worse.
So you're like a personal responsibility kind of guy.
When you go through certain things, life shows you like you have to be responsible, because you end up on the short end of the stick if you're not, Like, it's like you get the short end of the stick. It's like to have a basketball be offered and not understand, like, yo, you could have your own academy and not be ready for it. Is like your support system. LeBron got a school. Kanye got a school. He had the idea of it going before he got there. People around him was supporting that. It's a lot of lessons in there. It's a ton of them.
So how is it showing up in your life today?
I still have a lot of those relationships. My managers from over there, they still check on me, So it just let me know, like, like you did a lot of the things you did, you didn't know what you was doing, but you did it with good intention. And people realize that later on in life. So I never burnt those bridges, and it's a testament to my character. I didn't know, and that was what I did.
You met the president of Dubai too, right?
Yeah, the ruler of Dubai, not the president.
My fault.
Yeah, the one who's Sheikh Mohammed. He just lost he just split up like $173 billion or something with his wife. She just left him. Yeah. That guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a ton of lessons.
So did you
see that, Rochelle?
That's why you get married to them and then you leave them when they get rich. I see exactly what you're saying. I heard you. I heard you exactly.
So
That's
so
what happened.
you keep mentioning this phrase. You just said it. I slipped my mind. Rochelle cracked the joke and took it out of my mind.
Can't keep
Thank
it
you.
unless you
That's
give
why
it
I'm
away.
here.
Say that
Yes.
again. Say that again.
You gotta rewind the tape.
Damn it. It's fine. We'll
All right, so
can you say it again?
so what was it like? What was the cultural difference or experience that you came back here from Dubai when you left overseas and came back here to live? What was
All right,
different now?
culture.
Like, yeah, like the people you interacted with, did they seem kind
Oh
of
yeah.
stagnant? Did they seem like they didn't grow as much as you?
Oh, you're talking about the people in America?
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
came back.
some of them. Yeah, some of them was still evolved. It's you give 10 people something, and then everybody gonna come back with something different after a week's time. So some was evolved, stuck. Some was looking for help. Some was, it's life. Some people right when you left was from that space. Some fell behind. So when I got back, I had one when I would leave Dubai, I would say to myself like, "Damn, I'm flying out of heaven into hell almost." And it felt like that because as soon as you come back, it's so much hustle and bustle and separation and people stealing. It goes on there, but it's just not so graphic. It's not in your face. It's not every day. You're not walking over shit as soon as you come out the door. It's just America is just a different way of living.
That's what I was asking you. Like, why'd you come back? Because I'd assume that you would have had like tons of opportunity there because if you've met the ruler, that means you had some influence, right? So I would assume you being
yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
you being like for all intents and purposes a celebrity there. It would have been easier for you to get a job or start a business, get a job coaching or start some basketball clinic or whatever. And like you're a professional athlete there, everybody's going to want to have their kid in your program. So, I'm curious to hear why you came home. Because it's not like you're not now used to living elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm gonna give it to you. So, are you familiar with Sharia law? You know
Sharia
what Sharia law is?
Yep.
Yeah, Sharia law. So, this law.
What is that for people that don't know?
Sharia law is the law per the Quran, and this is the law throughout any Muslim country. It's per what's in the Quran. So, with that, you fall into boundaries and guidelines. For me to open a business in Dubai, I have to partner with a local. I can't open a business there without a local. So there was certain things that when it came to actually opening up and doing things, that their hands had to always be involved in, and I didn't love that aspect of it. There was local. All right, so if Emirati have the same job as you or any of us on the phone, their salary is tripled than ours. This is law of the land. And it was certain things that, propelled them to get ahead, and it exploited other people. And when I seen that, it wasn't something that I gravitated towards, but that was the way that they lived. And when it came time after 10 months, I'm there for 10 months a year, I'm ready to come home. I wasn't really hell bent on being in Dubai any longer than I was there. I lived there for 8 years. So when the opportunity came to come back to America to see my people, sure, I had money, it's peaceful, it's love, but this is not what I know, and all my loved ones is over here. All my community is over here. The people that know me by my first name, see me in diapers, it was there, and that's what I'm connected to. I guess that's why they say home is where the heart is.
Now let
And with
me
all,
ask you this. Rochelle and you have been married and divorced twice. This question is for the
hmm
both of you guys. Would you guys get married a third time?
absolutely.
Hold up.
Absolutely.
Wait a second.
Absolutely.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I'm
Russia,
not
you been
divorced twice.
divorced twice?
I'm not
I'm like, I'm like,
I'm not
yo,
divorced
Oh,
how
twice.
you gonna
I'm
just
not
put the
divorced.
girl business out there like that and then be wrong too? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
damn,
you just
bro.
I'm not
going.
that's
divorced
Yeah, he's
twice.
going.
But I'll say this. I would get married a third time.
oh, so you're still
It's
with your second husband, Rochelle?
We don't talk about it, Ali. We don't
Oh, okay.
like we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about
Who's Bruno?
yeah.
it's a it's a cartoon. It's Encanto. It's the biggest cartoon right now, bigger than Frozen. One of the biggest songs that has taken over, Let It Go. It's We Don't Talk About Bruno. So yeah.
Let it
Okay. All
go. I
right.
know
We'll
that. I
cut
know
this out
about
then.
Frozen.
We'll cut this out.
Yes.
We'll cut this out. We'll cut this out.
Thank you. Thank you.
My fault.
So, being divorced, would you get married? Either one of you guys, would you guys get married again?
Absolutely, I would do it again. I'm a hopeless romantic. I mean, the way it happened with those two people, my heart went right out to them. It just didn't work out. I'm not going to give you. You can't miss a shot you don't take. I'm make a shot you don't take. So if I don't take the shot, I'll never get the opportunity to make it. In
Ali,
a
why'd you ask
scenario
that
of
question?
love.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
No, that was it. That was it. Why'd you ask that question, Ali?
Because I just wanted to know, like, do you still believe in that system after it not working out twice?
And why?
Simply because I'm a hopeless romantic, pretty much.
No, well, he's
Because I still
asking.
got love in my heart. He's asking you?
He's asking me because it can
No.
be.
I'm
I'm
saying
assuming it can be costly
no. I'm
for a
asking.
man.
No, I was asking if you would get married again, and why would you get married?
Oh, okay.
So he said yes, he would, and he's a hopeless romantic. Rochelle, why?
I too am a hopeless romantic. And I love the safety of marriage. So while being a relationship is fun, I feel there is a certain security and just safety in marriage. And just to me, sex in marriage is way better than outside of marriage. So I want great sex every day, all day. So I believe I get that when I am married. Yeah. Even if
Yes.
we're not talking, it's still at 3,000%. So that's what I want. That's what I look forward to.
Yes. Yes. More of that for
Ali,
Rochelle.
what? Why did you ask, Ali?
Why did I ask about what?
If they would get married again?
Because being divorced sounds kind of discouraging, into doing that, jumping into that again, jumping into the fire.
You guys are funny to me. You guys with this idea. The first girl you tried to talk to, it's highly likely you didn't get that girl, but you never stop trying to talk to girls. But you guys go through some hiccup in relationships, and all of a sudden,
Nah, Dre, I did stop talking to girls. I worked on myself and they started talking to me.
that's not the point I was making. The point I was making,
Rochelle.
you had a disappointment, and that disappointment didn't totally divert you from your current course, right? So a woman disappointed you, but you didn't stop talking to women. But you guys hear of marriage is not working, and all of a sudden, no, marriage don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's because this girl told me I was gonna die alone one day, and
So you listen to foolishness everybody tell you?
nah, it scared me. You know, it's like when somebody permanent, like have a premonition on your life. It's kind of scary.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Court, what did your career transition into after basketball?
All throughout my basketball career, I mean, not all throughout, but I mean, I can't say all throughout. From high school on, I was writing music. So, you know, when you see athletes, they always got, you know, they're working out, the music is playing, or, you know, they get pumped up. It just goes hand in hand with athletics, entertainment. Entertainers want to be athletes, athletes want to be entertainers, so forth and so on.
I was just about to say, so it's true. Basketball players want to be rappers.
I mean, it's more influential. I wouldn't say the rapper, they might want to look cool. The videos is in slow-mo. You understand? So it's so many things that are cool about rapping that athletes will probably, you know, lean towards. Those things like music was something that, you know, when I'm on a layup line and I'm going and doing my things, I got the headphones on. When I get to the gym, I'm saying these lyrics with a little bit more enthusiasm, with a little bit more conviction before the tip off. So that energy, I knew that energy, it was something in that energy right there. So when I would work out, I realized that I would get more creative. Like as I start exercising, the lyrics and shit just come to me. Like I can't control it. It's just I'm thinking, blurting out random shit. So I just started writing it down. And before you knew it, I was 3 projects in overseas, and I had the managers paying for the recordings of these mixtapes in Dubai. That I'm releasing videos, and I was stepping into what I'm doing now, even at that point of my life. So that was, you know, what was going on in my mind while basketball was, you know, even while it was at its peak, I was still trying to do music. Music was always a passion in my life. And I dived into it out there. I almost got a deal with Sony Middle East. Having the wrong people around me, got to show them to the stick. That's how that works.
Yo, do you guys know that music was the only thing created in heaven? Everything else was created here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why would you say that?
I mean, why wouldn't I say it? It's the truth.
How do you know?
Based on your Bible.
Oh, okay. Well, some people think Adam and Eve was created in heaven. I am almost certain that all the angels were created in heaven. It's not just music. But I get the premise of what you're saying. Music has
but are angels here? Do you see angels here? You know what I'm saying? But music is here, and it's something that goes into our soul. Music, a song can make you cry, a song can make you laugh. You know?
Yes.
And I find that beautiful.
It's powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful.
Yes.
So, Court, question.
Yes.
The music industry, you hear so many rumors. You hear so many rumors of what it takes to be in the music industry. Are you ready for all of that?
Ready for what people say, or for what I think it takes to be in the music industry?
Whatever, both.
I don't really care what people say. So the music industry, the music industry is being in the industry of making music. People are going to put all type of things in. It's a whole bunch of different people with different motives. So people say things for different reasons. And I realized that as a kid. Before I went to Saudi Arabia to do my mother's boyfriend, no, I wouldn't go over there because he never went that far. So he told me not to do it. And I went over there and became successful. So you got to be careful who you get the information from.
Gotcha.
They'll definitely project their limits.
Good. Yeah, and I think Jay-Z talked about that with his uncle. Similar situation that you were talking about.
Yeah. And I've experienced that hands-on, I got a saying, 9 times out of 10, if their dreams didn't come true, they won't want to see yours. You know what I mean? People don't, where we come from, people are not applauding you when you do good.
Yeah.
They almost like they patting you on the back, like, oh, you did a bid, you went to jail. All right, that's more commendable than getting a degree or graduating. You understand? Like in the urban aspect of it, you understand? Like with the kids that don't have family, don't have no structure, that's what they face with in society. And
for sure,
it slips into the households too. That crab in the bucket, that pulling each other down, that self-hatred, that mentality. Music is like therapeutic for me, so I kind of make it. It's purpose in the service. It's not just for me to make a drill song or a song about killing somebody. It's more like the Tupac intention, to have a message and to help somebody understand they're not alone in it.
Uplift the people.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Word. So, where can people find your music? And
my music
how would you best describe your music?
Best describing it, I would say it's just like a week of life, It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to get different things, different days, the more you listen to it. You can find me on all platforms, YouTube channel, Mr. Grussel, MRGRUSSEL, that's one word. On Instagram and all other platforms. It's that CF Acronym, THAT space CF space Acronym, ACRONYM. Those are my plugs. Or you go to VYBZ Dealer on YouTube, and you can find me there too, because I'm over there too.
You got to say that slower and clearer.
What the VYB? Oh, I was moving around.
Yeah, I didn't hear that clearly. What was that? V what?
Vibes Dealer.
Oh, VYBZ. It's for the little. I put my twang on there. VYBZ.
Vibes Dealer.
VYBV. Gotcha.
VYBZ. Vibes Dealer. The guy that's doing the What a Gwan podcast. That guy?
Vibes Dealer.
That guy, that guy.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
it was.
So question. So you're doing music now, and I hope that you reach a higher level of success than you did achieve in basketball. What would you do different? You're welcome. What would you do different when you with this new success than you did with the basketball success?
I would take from what you said earlier with the developing, like getting a plan, like understanding this isn't going to be an ongoing thing. So I have to be responsible and plan ahead, have more like-minded people around me. Like Rochelle said, it's about, mentoring somebody. I did actually fly 2 kids to Dubai and had them come out, and they turned out to be very, good pillars of the society. One is a dean, and the other one is he's actually playing ball overseas, but he already has his master's as well. So both of those guys turned out to be they turned out pretty good.
That's
so
awesome.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, the things that I would do would just be, put more. I feel like I'm thinking more about my future now than I am about the present. At that moment when I was young, I was just in the moment. So, everything at this point is planning for the future to make things better for my kids, people that went through similar situations to me, and it's just passing the baton, making it easier for the kid that's coming up, making it a little bit easier for him to get to the point that I reached, and trying to do that for my community. That's what I would do differently.
So,
Sort of like in the shoes of Jay-Z.
gotcha. So you made connections while you were away. Have you thought of becoming sort of like a pipeline for the teams that, because you sound like a guy that didn't burn bridges where you went. You sound like a guy that was appreciative of everything that you were able to achieve. Have you thought of becoming like
Agent?
a
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. A friend of my college teammate, is just I got so much. I'm trying to do the music, but the agent thing is a no brainer because I already have the line with the teams, and I got the city. So it's just structure and executing. It's a thing called FIBA certified. Once I become FIBA certified, that's an international agent. Once you get FIBA certified, then you can legally send talent anywhere in the world and get a percentage.
right, because you're in New York. I mean, yeah, you got places like Boston, LA that cranks out basketball talent. I mean, New York is practically a basketball mecca. So
No, you're not lying.
yeah, so you that would be like, I would have thought that would have been a natural progression for you because harkening back to what Rochelle said earlier, giving back to that's a public service because
Definitely.
I remember I was playing ball with a guy. His name is, what was his name? Can't remember his name. He played basketball with us, and this dude literally every single game. Orlando. Every single game, O drops 30 points.
Yo, he
And
knew how to took a foul too, yo. He knew how to fake a foul. You remember that?
yeah, Orlando was like, that dude was
Elite.
uber talent, right? And I said, oh, why haven't you, like, so he had some issues with schooling. And I was like, bro, you're of age now where you don't have to go to college. You can go overseas. But like the roadmap, he didn't have the roadmap, right? He didn't
Yeah.
have someone there that could say, yeah, dude, all right, so hit, look, I'm gonna pay my boy Vibes Dealer. He's gonna come and record your workout. He's gonna come and record some of your games. We're gonna put a package together. Now I'm gonna reach out to my connects, and we're gonna start talking to some people to get you on some teams elsewhere, because the college thing, it's not working out for you, and it's hard to get into the NBA if you're not in college, right? So
No, definitely.
yeah, so I mean, I that's for me. I just thought that would have been a natural progression for you,
Dre,
seeing
this
that.
Dre, this is why I say the parents is everything, yo.
No,
Okay.
that's a no brainer. That's definitely a no brainer. The only thing, it's just understanding I told Ali this earlier. You gotta exhaust your resources, and you just have to do it. It's not something it's a layup for me, literally. It wouldn't be hard at all. It's just
There
the
you
fine
go.
print of getting certified, and everything else, it'll take care of itself.
There you go. Because I can promise you that there are tons of little boys out there that is yearning for an opportunity, that can't make it to a D1 college, or maybe they're just like, yo, school's not for me. When I went in school, blah blah blah, but they have this uber talent, right? And it's like, so because they can't make it in school, right? They go to
Get
work,
shut down.
yeah, like they go to work, they become like a security guard, or a cashier at some restaurant, and then after work, they're like a urban legend, but then in the daytime, they're like just like passing through life. When there's court, the pipeline that's sending people, even if they get 2 years out of their talent,
Yeah, the
you're saying,
experience. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, well, not only the experience, you are making 10 grand a week, you said, or a month, something like that.
Yeah, a month. Yeah.
10 grand a month for 8 months. That's $80,000 in 1 year, tax free.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
that's
was
an
you making
opportunity.
at the peak of your basketball career?
You asking questions they're gonna be asking you later. Like, how did you tell you said it on What a Gwan podcast?
Okay,
You
never
said
mind,
it.
never mind,
Nah, but
never mind.
we was upward of 100. We was upward of 160 a year. I did, I did real well, man.
Yeah,
I sound like the feds.
Definitely.
You're right, my fault.
Yeah. Nah, it's shit with that money. They want to tax it. They want to. You make, the more they take. That's the nature of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they are on it.
That's why Kanye West said that's why he charged so much.
Yeah, because they're gonna take it anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm glad to hear that you are, interested in helping your community. I'm glad to hear that you were able to live this because a lot of people, they go through life and they have unbelievable opportunities, but they don't value the opportunity because they're just intellectually, they're just not there. It sounds like you had an unbelievable experience, and you had the wherewithal to appreciate what you were going through and value what you were going through. And now, I hope you're able to get to become an agent and get things up and running and on the go, so that I don't feel bad when we finally meet and I bust your ass on the court. At least you got your agency career going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. 9 years later, they can ask me. We can do it. Definitely.
That is.
I just want to see how you shoot, man. We're gonna record how you shoot. I don't use about dunking. I just want to see your jump shot. That's all I want to see.
Nah. Just talking rubbish. But
No,
yeah,
it's all
man,
love, man.
I'm glad you were able to live that life, because very few people do. And in addition to that, it's like, it's like football and basketball. So many people put so much effort into playing a sport, and then they get injured. And it's like so much of their lives was spent trying to get to the promised land, and because of an injury they never got there. And so you were able to get there. So congrats and happy for you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Things on the future plans. Tell us again where to find your music, because I want to go check it out.
All right, you could go on all platforms. You type in that, THAT, space CF, space acronym, ACRONYM. That's on all platforms. That CF
I'm
acronym.
gonna put it in the description. You got any projects coming out soon?
Yeah, me and the Good Vibes dealer, we put out 17 singles last year. This year we got a joint called Executive. It's a whole bunch of other things going on, and we just worked on a little video called Money Man 2-3 days ago. That's looking very prosperous, and onward and upward, baby. We're just gonna keep giving it to you till the casket drop. No more, no less.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Big up yourself.
Thanks for the talk, man.
For sure.
Rochelle, nice to meet you.
Yes.
If you're there.
Nice for you to come on and just to share your life and just be transparent. Really enjoyed it. Conversations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.
Yes, no problem. Have a good week, everybody.
All right, you guys have
Yes.
a good week as well. And Court,
All
dude,
right.
blessings.
Yeah, we gonna leave right now. We gonna we gonna get up and kick it like good fellas.
For sure. What are these days in the summer?
I'm telling Ali I want him to do the podcast visually. I don't want to just see the audio. I need to see the people. You know?
Well, tell you what. Start that agency, and we gonna have you back on to advertise that joint. And we do the video.
Yeah, I'm on it. Don't be surprised. By next year, this time I'll be right at you. Don't be surprised.
We're looking for it. This podcast is gonna be a pipeline for you, brother. As
For
you
sure.
can see,
All
we're
right.
all about the community, so we're gonna be a pipeline for you.
Appreciate that. Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Yes.
What a Gwan.
Yes. Wow, Gwan.
Gwan. All right, guys.
There you go.
Okay. Yes.
Take care.
All right.
Well, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the Wagwan podcast.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we are already on YouTube. If you don't know, now you know for the second time. Please like, subscribe, share our videos, spread the word, tell a friend.
Yes. And if you want us to talk about something that you want to hear about, you could email us at wagwanpodcast@gmail.com. WAHGWAN podcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram, and we're on all your other favorite platforms. That's Apple, Google, Spreaker, SoundCloud, whatever you want. We got it. Listen in.